I'm going to make it very easy for you, as easy as possible for you to understand the brain and the mind. The brain is the car. The mind is the driver of the car and the GPS. Hey guys, I want you to know that your brain is the physical engine of the mind. The mind is the pattern of thoughts, emotions, and meaning that the engine generates. And you can train those patterns. We can rewire them. So I'm going to make it very easy for you, as easy as possible for you to understand the brain and the mind. The brain is the car. The mind is the driver of the car and the GPS. And you can't drive without the car, but the direction habits and destinations come from the driver and the navigation system. So our thoughts are what really dictate our outcomes and our results. My trainer always says to me, we all create our own results. And it's such a hard thing to think about. How do we create our own results? But it's this engine. It's this GPS internal system that creates our outcomes. So it kind of goes like this. It's the brain in there, right? It's like a muscle, but it's wired with all kinds of things inside of it, right? So let's just say that it's a brand new laptop or it's a brand new phone from years ago, from the day you were born, okay? And now it's going to get downloaded of imprints, okay? The imprints are going to imprint first, and then it becomes literally like a blueprint. So if you were neglected as a child, just for instance, that has been imprinted inside. So what would neglect make you feel like? It'd make you feel insignificant. It'd make you feel like you're not worthy of anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, what happened gives you emotions towards that thing that happened to you, right? Neglect is very, very dangerous. It's so bad because it gives a child a lack of self-worth, that if somebody didn't have time for them to pour into them, to guide them, to teach them, to show them, a lot of emotional baggage gets stored in that subconscious mind. Okay, remember, this is the GPS. The internal system is the mind, right? Like, this is the brain, because this is what we have. It's a muscle, but there's just so many things inside of there that run you in autopilot, and it's all the programs that have been programmed since you're in utero, even in your mother's womb. Now, how do I know this? Because neuroscience, which I've done for the last 8 years and have really studied and trained, they basically say in utero, if the mother was distressed or the father made the mother distressed, the blood vessels constrict to the baby. And so things can happen because of that distress in utero. However, the baby definitely feels the emotional state of a mother. So if a mother has worry, anxiety, and stress, guess what the baby feels and has? Worry, anxiety, and stress. So I like to help you understand it on another level. That when we're born, we are what's attached to us is this invisible U-Haul truck. All right. So this invisible U-Haul truck is gonna basically have all the baggage that your mother carried. It's gonna be put in there. Right. So it's like we come as a baby. Our mother unloads all her emotional baggage in our U-Haul truck, our invisible emotional U-Haul truck. And then our father unloads his emotional baggage, because listen, if he wasn't there for you, that's neglect. If he wasn't there for you, that's abandonment, right? Like emotionally and unconsciously, he abandoned you. You know, so what happens is we don't feel worthy enough if people didn't pay attention to us as children. They didn't validate us as children, you know, because then you could go further and somebody could be abusive when you were a child. And that's the problem. So this is what we're going to do. And I want you to understand, because we get to unload this. Listen, it might be a GPS system that's in the brain, right? Like, this has a lot of stuff in it, in the subconscious mind, that's wired in there. How did it get wired in there? By our 5 senses when you're a child. What you seen, what you smelled, what you tasted, what you heard, and what you touched, right? If you got loved or unloved, whatever it may be. So I want you to know that these, look at the words that my mother had in there. Okay, look at right there, neglect. She was unloved. She was rejected. She was abandoned. She was very abused. She was physically abused, right? And what else did she have? Denial. She lived in denial. She had definitely drug addiction, promiscuity. Yeah, just look at all of them, right? And even these. So all of those went into my U-Haul truck. All of those words that are emotions or states of mind, right? And feelings are huge. We live by our feelings, but I'm going to tell you that we don't have to. That's what I'm going to help you change. Now, this was my father's. Now, all of his baggage, of his pain and his stuff, right? He was unwanted. He was rejected by both of his parents. He was abandoned. He was unloved. He was neglected. Now listen, there's going to be a lot of emotional things out of that. So guess what happened to him because of all those things that happened to him? Then he grows up with that autopilot, 95%. He's unloved. He's unwanted. He feels alone. He feels unloved. He feels unworthy. So guess what? He became a drug addict because he wanted to numb the pain. He wanted to numb the emotional states of feeling unloved, unvalued, and unwanted, right? So then these are the consequences of those things, where he became super angry, super bitter. He became rageful, physically abusive. He lived in denial. And you could just read. Now listen, you're going to put your parents' emotional states in there. Those were my parents. Okay, and listen, my dad died 47 years old because of all that baggage and U-Haul truck, that invisible U-Haul truck that was connected to him that he didn't know he can change. Now, this is the thing, guys. This is the best part. This can be rewired, but this is your conscious mind that we need to tap into, and that's what I do the most and the best. I help you tap into this. How do we tap into this conscious mind? This is our present mind. This is our subconscious mind. This is filled with all kinds of imprints, just like if it was a phone or if it was a U-Haul truck filled with boxes of pain, rejection, unloved, and then the consequences were alcoholism or drug addiction or abuse, anger, bitterness, because of those first things that were in his U-Haul truck. Okay, so we're going to get into the conscious mind. We're going to use our imagination. That is one of our intellectual mental faculties that's free. God gave it to us for free. We're going to use that, and anything I say to you, you're going to imagine in your imagination. So if I say, I want you to see this big U-Haul truck with boxes inside, and there's labels on those boxes: rejection, abandonment, or fear, or scarcity, whatever. You're going to have labels on those boxes of whatever was put in there emotionally. Remember, this is all emotional states of our mind. We're going to get into here, and I'm just going to tell you to use your imagination and follow me through the process of finding what your mom and dad put in your U-Haul truck, or your aunts or uncles or boyfriend or girlfriends or husbands or wives or children. Do you understand? Like, we all have lots of different imprints and baggage from other people that isn't ours to carry. So we're going to unload that stuff. So I'm super excited that you're here, and it is going to be a journey that's going to help you be free. It's going to get all of the bad stuff out of there that has been wired in, that runs us in autopilot. That's why we attract who we are and what we are, because this runs us 95% unconsciously. You don't even know what's running you. But if we don't ever tap into here, you're going to live in the programs that were programmed in there that are not even yours. So we got to unload them. We got to start putting in your programs that are going to serve you, that are going to bless you, that are going to fill you and make you feel fulfilled, to have your own identity. That's not your identity for all the other things that people put in there. That is not who you really are. That's who other people tried to make you be. We are going to get into the conscious mind, and we are going to help you find your own identity, create your own identity, who you want to be. And that's the best, most exciting thing, because you get to live the next 50 to 60 years how you want to, with a healthy and whole, vibrant mind and software in there. Your GPS is going to be so on target and so on track, because it's going to have a great destination. It's going to know where it's going to go. Do you understand? Because we're going to imprint, the destination of where your GPS system, the mind, is going to be directed, change patterns that don't belong there, change thought systems that don't belong in there. And I'm super excited. So I'm Coach Kimmy, and I can't wait to walk with you every step of the way through this journey. You are worth every moment and every step that you put towards your self-love and self-care. God bless you all.